My name is Matt Lipscomb, and I'm from Gadsden, Alabama. And I'm a member of the community leadership team and co-manager of the Joomla Extensions directory and the Joomla Resources directory, and an editor on the Community magazine. For my professional life, I build and develop custom solutions for Joomla websites for small, medium, and large businesses, and focus on e-commerce solutions. Sure, I've been a part of the Joomla community for a number of years now, and I've seen it morph from something that to me was just a piece of software that I used with a community that supported the software and supported the technical side of things into a global experience. And that's really made a difference for me, not only in the way that I see the Joomla project itself and the actual software itself, but also in how I want to experience it. And it's changed into a really personal experience for me, getting to meet all these great people, getting to learn about them and them learn about me, and feel like I'm part of something that impacts millions of people worldwide. And that's really something that's made a huge difference, not only in my day-to-day life, because now I spend so much time in the Joomla project and in the community, but also in my professional life as well. I mean, before I picked up Joomla, I was building hotels and managing those. You know, it was a completely different lifestyle, and now it's like I'm not worried whether there's the correct number of bars of soap in the restroom there in the hotel room. I'm worried about what changes I help impact in the community, how they're going to affect the millions of people that use Joomla, and the nonprofit organizations and the churches and the government organizations and the small business owners, and it's a much different reality than it was before, and to me that's just wonderful. All of the community working groups are having a change of working philosophy, and that means that where before it was the team of volunteers came in and processed entries, did this kind of stuff, made decisions on voting requirements and rules and guidelines, to making it into a community involved experience for changing things, because it's not a good representation of the entire community for only 4 or 5 or 6 people to be making these kind of changes and decisions without getting full impact, almost a community council sort of method. And to me, that's a huge change in the way that the teams work, and specifically in teams like the Extensions Directory team that is such an integral central focus to the project and to the community. And it's being able to say, you know what, this is a directory that is very, very personal to each individual user. It really means a lot in different ways to different users, and that's where we're refocusing, making all of the community experience a personal experience. So you can easily make friends in the community with anyone, not just someone that you so happen to agree with something on, but also someone that you enjoy debating something with. And if you're posting reviews or if you're posting ratings, it's something that is about you and about your circle of trusted people that you feel know whether or not an extension is good, or whether or not you want to use it, or what works on your different platform. It's kind of like the change from where computers were just a machine sitting over in the side, and you used it just for what you had to use it for the technical side of things, to now where computers are personal to you. It's a personal computer, and that's kind of what the community is switching to. It's a personal community, the personal experience. There's a lot of different ways that are both visible and invisible from the public eye of how we interact with the community and with the other leadership teams even. And one of those ways that has changed and grown recently is the JPeople site with the community working group that's in there. We directly interact with community members, and we've also been reaching out more and more to individual members of the community and saying, hey, what's your ideas on this? How do you get, would you like to get involved? Is there any suggestions that you have? And I think part of that goes from different areas of just the magazine itself and opening up profiles of different community members and community leaders and actually going out asking the stories. We want to know your stories and share them with the rest of the world. And that's part of it, as well as being at Joomla Days like we are now and getting more and more involved in local user groups and just helping facilitate, and that's very important, and opening up for questions and for ideas and being open and available to constructive criticism while not taking it personal. I mean, we realize these are our areas of responsibility, but being able to say, yeah, we're not perfect. We're not the ones that just the end-all be-all to everything. We're really able to sit back and say, yeah, that might be right. Maybe we need to consider this or consider that or look at it from a different perspective. So it's getting a more balanced viewpoint. And to me, where everything is, the logos we have available that are freely available says community powered. To me, that's changed from community powered to community empowered and evolved. It's not about an individual set of people or a few people. It's about everyone being able to say, this is a change I want to see happen, this is what I want to see move forward, this is where I would like to see the project go, and having individual visions that morph into a full community vision. Sure. I think one of the biggest challenges is the ability to effectively communicate what's going on in the project, what's going on in the community, and getting feedback from that. And communication is difficult in any type of team environment, in any type of community. And what we are struggling with is finding a way to openly communicate what's going on, the changes that are happening, and instead of just putting changes in place and putting new rules and decisions in place, actually getting constructive feedback from those before it happens. I mean, eventually there's always going to have to be decisions made. And I mean, that's the way the project's set up, that's the nature of any type of project. But we want to make sure that it doesn't seem like there is a bunch of old crodgies sitting up in a tower somewhere just looking down, puppet masters, because that's really not what it is. And I think y'all been able to experience some of that being out here with us in San Jose and saying, hey, we're just regular community volunteers like everyone else. We just have different positions, but we're also very hard workers, and we want to communicate that part of it as well, and communicate all the great, wonderful things that are happening in the Joomla project, and get feedback on them. So that type of feedback can help morph the decisions that we make into something that works for everybody. It's a great question. I define the community as the groups of volunteers that are part of the project and part of teams, as well as the ones that are involved in some way, shape, or form in using Joomla and actively seeking out other users of Joomla. If you are a user of Joomla in any form or fashion and you seek out other members of the community that are involved in Joomla, then you're part of the community. The end users that just simply use it for their sites, that just the end clients that just log on and use it, and that's the end of it, that never want that personal relationship with anyone else in the community, I don't consider that a focus of what community is. Community is relationships. That's what it's all about. And to me, that's the defining level of what a community is. The ones that actively seek out relationships with other people that also have similar sets of goals or ideas or use a similar software. So. It's very interesting when I have clients that start using Joomla, and I've either built them a site on it, or I start talking about it, and have to spell it 18 times. They start understanding that it's not just a software package. When they start looking at some of the different sites that all interlink together, they start realizing, hey, wait a second, there are a lot of people that really care about this. Maybe I should start considering it. And I've had clients that will start going to the forums or go to the JPeople site and check it out, or go to read the magazine or something, and they start realizing that, wow, this is pretty neat. And then they start just posting comments, or they start doing whatever. Or they start going to the extensions directory and looking for their own stuff and driving me crazy. Whatever the case may be, they're starting to get involved. So the catch is that, hey, they've got a great website and they're using Joomla, but they're not part of the community. But then they start going and interacting with other members of the community, and then they automatically become part of the community. They're automatically welcomed into the fold, saying, hey, great, wonderful, you already have a website, come on in. And I found that very interesting this weekend at Joomla Day West, and that there were so many people that used Joomla just for their websites, but didn't realize even that there was this big, vibrant community that is willing to say, hey, here's some suggestions, here's some ideas, and they could come and ask questions about their websites, or they could come and ask questions about just things as simple as the Joomla logo, or hey, what is this? What does Joomla mean? What does that word mean? Where did it come from? So they had no idea that those resources even existed.